What's up, everyone? My name is Shaelyn, and on this channel, everything's mostly right and sometimes left. Okay, while my computer is restarting, oh god, frustrating. Welcome to first Breaking 10,000 Barriers episode of season 3. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that, but hello, welcome to season 3, everybody. Rude. I just locked myself out of my Mac because I forgot what I changed my password to. Frick, I just changed it literally recently. Oh no. What was I even saying? Yeah, episode 1 of season 3. There it is. Oh my god. I don't have much planned for this episode aside from comparing what I've accomplished in a year's time, progress-wise. I'm going to be comparing my abilities with the exercises that I do for currently to last year in January. So before I get into the exercise portion while my computer figures its ish out, Happy New Year, everybody. You guys have already seen, what is it, 1 or 2 videos from me so far? So sorry I haven't said it yet, but here we are. Also, before we get into the video, please don't forget to join the YouTube fam, subscribe. We are killing it lately. What are we at currently right now? We're almost at 800, I think. 800 homies. Yeah, we're at 766 subscribers on this YouTube channel, which is crazy. And if you guys remember, I set a little goal for when we hit 1,000 subscribers. I have a crazy story of when I got stuck in Mexico and literally could not re-enter the US of A. So, let's get to 1,000, baby, and I will tell that story. Let's get into the exercises because that's what we're all here for, aren't we? It's gonna be a little bit probably confusing for me because I didn't edit this prior, so I'm gonna have to refer to the old YouTube video, like the one from last January. So let me find that. Hold please. Breaking 10,000 Barriers, season 2, episode 1. Oh my god, this is crazy that this series has turned into different seasons. I didn't intend for it to, but here for it, obviously. Okay, let's open this baby up. Oh my god, the living room was like completely different, and it's different again, so I didn't film in there for the exercises. You guys will see. Okay, starting off, oh my god, I feel like I haven't done this in a while. Oh, actually, before we get into the exercises, I did want to mention, let me make sure I'm saying this accurately because I've changed this several times over the last several months, but you guys know how I said I was going to upload 2 videos at the end of every month. That might still very much be a thing if I come up with content ideas and can and have the video ready for 2 videos at the end of the month every month. But the reason I wanted to do that was because I thought in addition to the Breaking 10,000 Barriers episode as the last video of the month every month, I could upload a normal video as well during that same week. But I've decided, because I made that decision, I think it was in like June last year or something like that, that I wasn't going to do a Breaking 10,000 Barriers episode every single month anymore. I was only going to do it every 3, I think, something like that. Yeah, like quarterly updates or something like that. And only if there was something to update, and there hadn't been. So that being said, oh my god, it just got really dark in here. Hold please. Hopefully that's a little better. Instead of quarterly, I'm going to do every other month. So since I'm doing one for our 2nd anniversary video of Breaking 10,000 Barriers and the beginning of season 3 in January, we're not going to have one in February. Probably won't have an additional video at the end of the month in February. And then there will be one in March, won't be one in April, will be one in May. So on and so forth, that kind of thing. Unless I feel like I want to make an extra one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So, let's get right into the exercises. You guys know the drill. This is how we do things. If you are interested in knowing more about what the series is about, why I do exercises, why my arm is paralyzed, I have a video explaining about this series, the very first video that I posted 2 years ago this month. So I'll put that in a card in the corner so you can refer to that video if you want. If you're curious about why I have hemiplegia and why I had a stroke, what happened, I have a video explaining the full story of that, and I will put a card in the corner for that. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into the exercises, you guys. Oh God, I forget what these are called. So the first category that I always start with, as you know, is the hand category. So the first exercise is flexing and extending my wrist. So last year, I was still bringing my hand through the movements with my able hand. I was basically just kind of like stretching it out, it looked like. There was no voluntary movement whatsoever. Present day, this exercise looks like, oh, right. I manually lift my wrist up with my able hand, but then I focus and I hold the position that my wrist is in when it's in the upward position as long as possible, and then I control it and I let it down slowly. So that is lots of progress from last year. That's great. I'm very happy about that. First exercise right off the bat, definitely major improvement from a year ago. So I'm happy with that. So then the next exercise is supination and pronation of my wrist, which is basically just turning my wrist over. Last year, I was using my able hand to flip, to supinate my wrist over, and then letting go and letting the natural reflex in my arm and gravity to kind of just take it down and pronate it down. So then this year, so it's interesting because I did get Botox like a couple months ago, but I couldn't fully pronate my wrist down. Like the natural reflex wouldn't take it all the way down like it was last year. So I was just trying. I'm just doing my best out here. I did have to use my able arm to supinate it like I did in the last clip because it just doesn't do that yet. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Okay, moving on.
Somewhere at the beginning of the clip, you can see that I made a face because my middle finger kind of made a funny movement. Yeah. And then I continued pulling my wrist back to get the closing motion. That's kind of how I accomplished that movement for now. I can open it with a bent wrist and close it with a straight wrist.
It is crazy to see the clip from last year. My hand and my wrist look so tight and like, what is that called? Contracted. Definitely different this year. I don't know if it's fully because of the Botox or if, because I don't think before the Botox it was that tight, but maybe it was. Maybe I'm just forgetting because I'm so used to it not being like that. That's crazy. It's interesting to see because then for this year, as per my usual strategy to accomplish this movement, I do usually have to pull my thumb out of the tone and out of the equation to close my fingers. Oh, I didn't even say what exercise this was. The third exercise is opening and closing my hand. Sorry. That shit is exhausting. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's crazy the amount of effort that takes, dude. Dang. Let's move along to the second category, which is arm movement. So the first exercise is flexing and extending my bicep. So last year, okay, the clip from last year, it looks decent. My arm does bend and straighten at a decent rate, and my hand actually looks really relaxed. In the video from last year, I did mention that I took a hot bath right before I did the exercises, so my hand was very loose and relaxed from that. So then this year, let me see. I'm not gonna lie, it looks kind of tight. And that's interesting considering I have Botox in my hand. But honestly, my fingers have been doing that lately since the Botox. It still looks like good controlled movement. It has been better, I feel like, but also I haven't done that movement in a little while, so I'm gonna cut myself some slack on that. I definitely could be working harder than I am, if I'm being honest. Next exercise is lifting my arm straight above my head. The clip from last year is not it. I am throwing my back into the movement and I'm not isolating the arm movement at my shoulder like I have, I think, been working on throughout 2023. So that's not great. And also my arm is very bent when it reaches the top, which is normal for me actually. So that's whatever. But current progress for reaching my arm straight above my head. Water looks so sad. Okay. So I'm not rocking into the motion like I was last year, which is great progress because you want that to be as solid, real movement as possible and not just me swinging my arm up above my head like I was in the last clip. Again, elbow is bent, but it's just really hard to make it straight going up. So it is what it is. Clearly I was getting frustrated. Oh my god. My faces are killing me. Oh, reaching my arm behind me, right? Let me see. Okay. I don't really have much to say about the one from last year. I do really push my opposite shoulder into it to twist my body. I feel like it's more of like a rib cage stretch more than anything. I don't know what I was thinking by doing it like that, but my arm really doesn't go far behind me, which is normal because any movement behind you as a stroke survivor, as I've said in the past, is very hard. I feel like I was like out of my element because I wasn't filming in the same location that I usually do, but that should not be an excuse. I was getting really frustrated this day. I don't even remember when I filmed this, honestly. And she broke down. Well, oh girl. I forgot that this happened. Oh no. Me feeling bad for my past self. It was literally like, I think a few days ago. Poor girl. You're okay. Keep going. I just got frustrated, I think. That's okay. It honestly looked better than last year, so that's a plus. Obviously, it's hard to go back. No, it looks a lot better than last year. I'll give myself the credit where credit is due, so. I wish I could go hug that me, because I clearly was going through it. Yikes. The next category is the third category, which is foot movement. So let's jump right into it. I believe this is ankle, was it flexion and extension? What do I call it? First exercise is pointing and flexing my ankle and foot. So last year, it didn't look like I was getting much flexing in my ankle at all, if I'm being honest. This year, I utilized my right foot to assist pulling my foot through the full movement when possible. It's interesting to see the comparison of how my foot really doesn't move much compared to the movement in my right foot. Okay. My camera died. I don't know what I left off saying at all. But moving on to the next exercise anyway. I think I said enough about the last one. The second exercise in the foot category is lifting and lowering my ankle. So last year, it's fine. I feel like I've had better progress with that one, for sure. It doesn't quite go up to 90 last year. This year, though, let's see. That looks pretty good, actually. Nice, slow and controlled movement, from what I can see. I felt like my knee was taking over. Yeah, look at that movement, girl. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, my ankle, I think, is the closest to 90 degrees that it's been yet. So, yay. That is super good progress. I've been making myself freaking laugh lately. I am a silly girl. Okay, the next exercise is the worst one of all. Wiggling my toes. Okay, last year I would literally just pull my toes downward and then let go, which now that I'm thinking about it, really wasn't movement, like voluntary movement at all. It was me just letting it kind of bounce out of a pull down. I don't know really how else to describe that. But this year, I think I got emotional here. So here we go again. I pulled my toes down and let them open like I did last year, because that's really the best I can do. But obviously, as you can see by my face, I was trying really hard. See, and I tried to just let it go, and I tried to just do it on its own, and my ankle started going up and down. So definitely that neural pathway is probably fried. I don't know. I don't foresee getting that one back. I just tried to freaking wiggle them. I was like, come on, just give me something. Literally any movement at all on my toe would make me so happy. I even tried to pull my big toe out of the equation like I do with my thumb. Oh, and I cried. Shit. Man. Honestly, that probably had a lot to do with it being that time of the month for me. So, whoops. We're better now, guys. That's all that matters. Moving on to the leg category. Let's get out of this emotional state. God. The first exercise in the leg category is always kicking my butt with my heel. Let's see. Yeah, pretty good. Just normal. Not quite kicking my butt, obviously, but it was like decently close, I would say. And then this year, actually, is it closer? I can't tell. That looks really freaking close, dude. Like much closer, I think. Let me see. It's hard to tell because my knee is more at the same spot as my right knee is. So you can really tell how hinged my knee is. But then I look like a freaking flamingo in the one from last year. So it's hard to tell. But I feel like it's better this year. So I'm gonna go with that and say that I got some progress on that. Might as well at this point. But for the last exercise of this video, you guys know it's practicing balancing on my left leg, just standing on my left leg. I know for a fact I stood on that stuff for a long ass time, okay? Oh my God. Excuse me? Okay, wow. I'm intrigued to see what the balancing time was last year. Let me watch this really quick. 8.4 seconds in January. Are you guys ready for this? Oh my God. Don't want to get emotional, but this is extreme improvement. And because of how long this is, like, you can't deny that my work that I'm putting in isn't paying off, because this is insane. This is insane! Okay. Drum roll, please, because, oh my God. I stood on my left leg for 19.8 seconds. You might as well say 20 seconds. I was 0.2 away from 20 seconds. That has not happened since my stroke, you guys. Wow. Like, just wow. Honestly, I remember when I was like doing like I did 5 different rounds of trying to balance. It went from 7.6 seconds to 16.6 seconds, which is the next best one, to 10.5 seconds to 9.1 seconds, and then the last one was 19.8 seconds. I knew when I stood on my foot for the last one that I did. I was like, that's it. That's the one. That's the last take, because I freaking killed that. That was perfect. Moving on. That's crazy. I really hope that this inspires somebody to go on their stroke recovery journey too, because it's possible. Progress is possible. Oh, I love that. Progress is possible. Wow, that is going to be my motto for this year. Progress is possible, because it sure is. I just inspired the hell out of myself. I really hope somebody out there watching this, hopefully, or something, gets inspired by this, because wow. Thank you guys so much for being with me on this little series for another year. I'm excited for what season 3 is gonna bring, since season 2 clearly did something wild. Still mind blown. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, follow me on all my socials linked in the description down below, including Instagram, TikTok. I don't know what else I have at this point. But I will see you next week for another new video. Okay, bye.